Supreme Lord, eternal truth, let us obey thee alone and live according to truth. परमो च प्रभु सत्यम नित्यत्वमेव केवलम अनुवर्तामहे सत्यम अनुजीवम केवलम ओम शांति शांति शांति. Good morning, Namaste, Vande Mataram, welcome all of you. The topic of this morning's discussion will be on Satyavan Part 2. So on this glorious morning we'll have a brief discussion on Satyavan, of course. It is taken from definitely it is taken from Sri Aurobindo's great epic from Savitri. In his own description, as described by the voice of Satyavan, of course. So everything will be discussed from the glorious lines of Savitri. The description in the voice of Satyavan, of course, the glorious lining, the glittering example we will see, and the glittering description, of course, very interestingly we will see. Obviously, it will be very much inspiring to entirely who are there in this session, of course. So we'll go. This is Satyavan Part 2. And Satyavan, like a replying harp to the insistent calling of a flute, answered her questioning and let stream to his heart in many colored waves of speech. So, like a replying harp, Satyavan is answering to Savitri. Initially, Savitri has a beautiful one, of course, one reply. Speak more to me, speak more, O Satyavan. Speak of thyself and all thou art within. I would know thee as if we were ever lived together in the chamber of our souls. This is the great description, great voice voiced by Savitri, the World Mother. And listening to her request and her command, her voice, like a replying harp, Satyavan starts replying. Oh, golden princess, perfect Savitri, how that magnificent wordings you just imagine. Oh, golden princess, perfect Savitri, more I would tell than failing words can speak, of all that thou hast meant to me unknown. Oh, golden princess, perfect Savitri, more I would tell than failing words can speak. Just imagine. So, for I know that all I lived and was, he's describing about his audience, his normal go of life, normal life, how he is spending in this vast Silvan woods. For now I know that all I lived and was moved towards this moment of my heart's rebirth. Rebirth we have seen, we have known, of course, not we have at least all seen. Moved towards this moment of my heart's rebirth. This is the rebirth, birth, then rebirth, then heart's rebirth. I look back on the meaning of myself, a soul made ready on earth, soil for thee. So this is the soul, it is my heart's rebirth, a soul made ready to be fit for thy descent. So this is everything, all entire preparation was only for thee. So this is the samarpan, this is the surrender, this is the consecration, this is the trust for which actually our sadhana is proceeding. This is the true attitude we should express really for the Divine Mother. A soul made ready on earth soil for thee. Once were my days like days of other man. What is the difference between the life of this Satyavan and this life of ordinary man? Very interestingly, it is differentiated. Once were my days like days of other men. To think and act was all. To think and act was all. To enjoy and breathe. This was the width and height of mortal hope. So, to think and act was all, to enjoy and breathe. This is the common lives. This is the ephemeral picture of daily life. This is the style of living. This was the width and height of mortal hope. Yet there came the glimpses of a deeper self. In that life where I was leading, because he was the chosen soul. He's had a mission. He knows. He's well aware. He's well conscious. Yet there came the glimpses of a deeper self that lives behind life, and makes her act in its sin. So there is a planning. It is a pre-planning behind the veil. Everything is done. So this greater spirit, naturally, they will come to the front to fulfill their mission. A truth was felt that screened itself from mind, a greatness working towards a hidden end, and vaguely through the forms of earth we are looked, and something that life is not, and it must be. That is originally how we are leading our life, that is not the life, and yet something would be, and vaguely it is felt, or glimmered, or glimpsed, we know, but not all people who are actually very much conscious, well aware of. I groped for the mystery with the lantern thought. Thy thought is capital T, that is mother course, in the course, and Satyavan describes mystery with the. I groped for the mystery with the lantern. That is thought, not ordinary small thought, that is capital T thought. Its glimmerings lighted with the abstract word, the thought and that abstract word, a half visible ground and traveling yard by yard, it mapped a system of the self and God. Everything is a little bit, only the base is little lifted, not the whole, because initially we have seen in the description by in the part 1. There was a big gap and a big gap, and mother has come, and he feels this mother will come, sees the golden beast, the wonderful fire. So he has to bridge up the gap, and she has to show the light, the fire has to be burned, and the thing is that the real purpose will be solved, fulfilled. I could not leave the truth it spoke and thought. I could not leave the truth it spoke and thought. I turned to seize its form in visible things, hoping to fix its rule by mortal mind. Imposed a narrow structure of world law upon the freedom of the infinity. This was the thing. I was there. I could not fix, I could not leave, but thing was there, something was there, it is higher, I could be able to feel, I could be able to feel. A hard, firm skeleton of outward truth, a mental scheme of a mechanic power. This was the thing, this was the result. It is there, it is lying, and something has to be brought up, and something has to be discussed and described. This light showed more the darkness unsearched. This light, what is coming, showed more the darknesses unsearched. It made the original secrecy more occult. It could not analyze its cosmic veil. There was a lacuna. Everything I was doing, I was enjoying the life of this common man. There came the light. There came the awakening ray. I was well aware. I was remaining in that sphere. Everything was there. Still, then that lacuna was there. I could not analyze its cosmic veil, or glimpse the wonder worker's hidden hand and trace the pattern of his magic plans. Everything was there. I could be vaguely feel, vaguely, covertly I could understand. But thing is that reality was actually beyond my capacity to grasp. I plunged into the inner seeing mind. I plunged into the inner seeing mind and knew the secret of laws and sorceries that make of matter mind's bewildered slave. This was the problem, this was the scenario, this was the thought I could be able. I plunged into I would quote it again, I plunged into an inner seeing mind and knew the secret laws and sorceries that make of matter mind's bewildered slave. The mystery was not solved, but deepened more. Still, again, the mystery could not be solved. Still, there was an enigma. That is what, of course, that puzzle was there. It deepened more. I strove to find its hints through beauty and art. There was a strive. I strove to find its hints through beauty and art, that is the glimpse and all, after then using the method of beauty and art. But form cannot unveil the indwelling power. That is also a failure. But form can't unveil the indwelling power. Only it throws its symbols at our hearts. Only that form, about the form, we worship, we adore, we just trust upon. But form cannot unveil the indwelling power. Only it throws its symbol at our hearts. It evoked a mood of self, invoked a sign. This was the problem, but we lay contented and I feel happy that we have done something, we have seen, we have achieved. Of all the brooding glory hidden in sense. So, where he was truly, a couple of lines here Sri Aurobindo has quoted. Of course, it was about Satyavan in his own voice. I lived in the ray but faced not the sun. Sun was there. I lived in the ray but faced not the sun. That was number one. I looked upon the world, but missed the self. I looked upon the world, but the self was not there. Self was missed. And when I found the self, the missing self what was missed when I looked upon the world. And when I found the self, I lost the world. Both could not stay at a single time. When I got one, another was missed. My other selves I lost than the body of God. One by one I was living, one getting one, losing one. So the thing is that I was actually very much confused. The link between of the finity with the infinity, the bridge between the appearance and the truth, the mystic aim for which the world was made. So that was again, there was a gap, there was a really a breeze to be breezed, gulf to be breezed, but not yet, it could not be there. The human sense of immortality, of course, that was a mystery yet to be solved. I got one, when I got one, I lost the other. When I found the other, I lost the one. That was there, the breeze could not be upraised, that gap could not be upraised. But now the gold link comes to me with thy feet, and his gold sun has shone on me from thy face. So I can be able to see, I can be able to hear, I can able to hear just and but now another year draws near to with thee, and now diviner voice fill my ear. After the arrival, something is going to change. His gold link comes to me with thy feet, and his gold sun has shone on me on thy from thy face. Because everything when I see, I can recognize he is only in between you. I can see because there is your consciousness and force of the supreme, the real truth, the divine mother, and I can feel through you. I can see and I can realize all. For now, the diviner voices fill my ear, and the another ear draws near to thee. A strange new world swims to me in thy gaze, approaching like a star from unknown heavens. This is the scenario. I know, I recognize, I am aware of you. This is the thing after seeing I see. But every day we keep seeing the divine, but thing is that divine is actually, it is something like a pictorial description or the imagination, but nothing true we can be able to quote. A cry of spears came with thee, and a song of flamingos. I draw a wealthier breath, and a fairer march of moments move. So, thing is that things were contrary, and I could not be able to. The mind transfigures to a rapturous seer. My mind transfigures to a rapturous seer. A foam leaf traveling from the waves of bliss has changed my heart and changed the earth around. So, I can feel there is a change entirely. Everything is there. Then he is coming. Because of the change within me now by thy look, there is a change within me, not for my sadhana, but for with thy look only. Come nearer to me from thy car of light. The light, mother, is already representing the car of light. From there, you just come nearer me. On this green sword, disdaining not our soil, nothing had come, the might of all that never had came down. You just come down me, this green sword, disdaining not our soil. For here are secret spaces made for thee. Some spaces are there, they are secret spaces, these are all made for thee. Whose caves of emerald long to screen thy form. Everything is ready, you just come down. Wilt thou not make thy mortal bliss this mortal bliss thy sphere? This is the mortal bliss we have created. This is the sylvan solitude. This is the woods. This is the jungle. This is the truly prepared place, and this is the shrine. Cannot you come down? As in, you will not you make this mortal bliss thy sphere? Then beautifully he quotes, descend, O happiness, with thy moon gold feet. All are golden, golden, golden. Description is golden, mothers, everything is golden. Descend, O happiness, with thy moon gold feet, enrich earth's floors upon whose sleep we lie. Come down with thy touch, enrich the earth's floor upon whose sleep we lie. O my bright beauteous Princess Savitri, by my delight and thy own joy compelled. O my bright beauteous Princess Savitri, by my delight and thy joy, of course, thy own joy compelled, enter into my heart, life, thy chamber and thy shrine. This is the chamber, this is the temple, this is the world. I am the adorer, you come down into my heart. In the great quietness where spirits meet, led by my host desire into my woods, let the dim rustling arches over thee lean, everything let come down with thee. One with the breath of things eternal live, thy heart beats near to mine till there shall live. Just imagine this is the position and the very broad, remember thy